Oh boy. Hello everybody. And welcome to another video. The last two videos I recorded yesterday, I'm actually gonna probably end up scrapping, like, entirely. Because this video is probably gonna just serve as both of them. Yes, it's a 50% farm guide, 50% just guide and 50% update on what's happened in the Destiny community so far. But yeah, let's get into it. We have a lot to talk about, and this video will hopefully not be too terribly long, but I kind of wanted to go the whole duration of the dungeon, of this at least solo attempt of the dungeon. Well, solo attempt, solo clear. But yeah, anyways, let's get started. So, first and foremost, I'm gonna start off with the farm guide, because obviously I'm probably gonna need to let you guys know how farming would work on this, specifically for later on in this video, but you'll have to stay tuned to find out. But for Nonary Manifolds, probably, honestly, if you're very like, I hate to be that guy, but it's just like, this method is more if you're comfortable with doing solos, which on this mode you probably on Explorer mode really anyone can go in and solo it if they don't have friends or anything. Really anyone can come and do this method. But if you're solo, I would say Explorer. I would say the Explorer mode on the higher mode isn't really worth your time, to be honest. But it's just like the Explorer mode that's match made. I'd say personally that's not really worth your time. You could probably very easily just do it solo, honestly. I don't know why they had matchmaking in the first place for this. You could very easily do it solo. But regardless of my opinions on it, the most efficient farm method for these Nonary Manifolds that you see appearing on my screen is probably just doing this. Going through farming these encounters. Oh, wow, I thought I had a grapple grenade on. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I like just woke up like an hour ago, and all this information is still being processed inside my head. But yeah, this is the most effective, is just to run through this entire dungeon. Honestly, run through Spire. It's one of the quicker dungeons that we have this rotation. Obviously, it won't be around forever, clearly, but that's for later in the video. It won't be around for the whole route of the thing, and I probably won't release another guide unless I find a better method, or unless I find a better method or a good one in Gust of the Deep. But Gust of the Deep is already a long enough dungeon as is. People will probably find out farming methods for it that I end up even using. But right now, this is the quickest method, because you get 300 Nonary Manifolds per full completion. For a solo player, that's not bad. On my average run, it's like 50 minutes, which, yeah, the final boss, that means realistically the final boss takes longer than just doing the first two encounters twice. But honestly, do whatever you want for this. You could do the first two encounters, the Ascent encounter, and you could do the Ascent encounter and the Harpy boss one if you want, or you could do this one, or you could do this encounter. Come here. And then you want to obviously grab the bounties as well, because they're very good it's very good to have the bounties, because they help get you extra Nonary Manifolds, which for the daily bounties alone, that's 75. So on a full run, you're getting close to 400 for just 40 minutes of like constant like grinding. And yeah, that might not be everyone's cup of tea because everyone's gonna obviously go do their own thing. But for me, since I have the hours to spend, I'm gonna probably just do this method. Like, yeah, it doesn't get me yeah, like you can get shinies from this method. Obviously, I have seen one shiny from this method drop so far. It wasn't one I could keep, as you can see in the bottom right, and I've done 6 clears. 6 full clears, which averages out to 1 shiny, which isn't a good ratio, mind you, because all those runs happened yesterday. I should not be using this. I should really be using it linear. Yeah, this is the one time I will use the linear on like low tier enemies, because it's just like I kinda need the kills anyways. It's just like to that same effect. It's just like, what do I still have? Linear, auto rifle, shotgun, avoid. Stuff, so yeah. But like, yeah, to that same point, it's just like, to the same point of people wanting to farm higher difficulties. Yeah, go ahead. But I'm gonna be honest. with you guys. This week, this might be one of the better methods, because I don't know if you know, but Eternity has haste on, which obviously, yeah, not the worst modifier, but it's still very annoying to have have to be constantly moving during damage so you don't take damage, or literally anything. It's annoying. Haste is an annoying modifier, and I don't know why they have it on here, but they just have it on here. That's something that they just decided, I guess. And Eternity is the mode higher than this one that will constantly drop double perked normal weapons. So if you want double perked weapons in a relatively not challenging thing, you do this. You do Spire. Ultimatum obviously is contest mode for dungeons, which, yeah, obviously I have done a little bit of it. I've done just basically the first encounter. I'm on the Harpy boss right now on this, so yeah. But I'm probably gonna farm the first encounter of the second encounter, because it's faster in a way, almost. Like, especially if you can get double perked adept weapons, which this is the only mode by the way, this is the only mode that gives adept weapons. This is the only mode that you can't get them from. You can get them from the chest, but they'll be single perked, and I don't think they have a chance to even be shiny. I'm 90% sure they won't have a chance to be shiny. Attrition is on this game mode though. Is on this though. So I would personally not recommend doing it this week, because attrition, I don't know why they would even consider this on a contest dungeon while it's as hard as it is already. But attrition, as you can see, is greatly impairs your regeneration, which Braun was better, honestly. If you did it last week, you probably had the best end of the stick, because attrition is just terrible. I forgot I don't have a grapple grenade on, so I'm just gonna have to take this the normal way. I'm so used to having a grapple on, but yeah, I'm just gonna have to take this the normal lame way. At least I was able to fix my trajectory. Alright. Yeah, I don't really have anything to break it on except for, okay, that Harpy, which obviously it missed, so. Still need Void. Okay, no, that's Void. And now I can't really do anything else with it, because I don't really have any other weapons. Because I need one more linear kill. I still need LNG kill, so that probably won't get done this run. Once I find another heavy. Oh wait, I do have another heavy ammo. Okay. Okay, so I can't do LMG now. Shotgun and auto rifle, which I actually have. There is actually shotgun ammo right there. I'll switch to that and switch to LMG. I don't know how I feel about heavy ammo just dropping to the ether, but regardless, yeah, this is what you just kind of do. If you're a solo player, just going into this, doing that, that's at least something compared to just sitting by and just doing nothing. It's better than just sitting there and doing nothing, to be honest, in my opinion. It's better than just sitting there waiting for your friends to just hopefully log on that day. It doesn't get you much shiny weapons. It doesn't get you as much adept weapons. It doesn't get you much really exciting loot. Like, the only thing it gets you is normal shinies, which, yeah, are fine, but it's just like, I do kind of want the adept shinies, but I don't. I'm gonna be realistic. I'm gonna be realistic. I don't think I'm getting it. I don't think I'll be getting any. Because Ghost of the Deep is just hard as is. The first encounter will probably be the only one that we can consistently farm. Same for the next mode. Same for that next mode. I'll have to. I'm kind of excited to see what they've done with Ghosts, but I'm actually at the same time that's the dungeon I'm the most scared of doing. Likewise, Prophecy will probably be the same. You farm the least hardest encounter for anyone that's just not skilled enough to do them. And even then you might just have some just genuine fuck ups. Especially since each of the bosses have a 3-phase enrage mechanic, which is kind of bullshit, especially on dungeon bosses with this much health. Especially in Ghost. Ghost is gonna be a nightmare. Like, you thought Ghost was hard. You thought Ghost was hard now? You thought Ghost was hard? Just think of having to 3-phase Ghosts. Obviously, people will find out how to 3-phase Ghosts, or 2-phase, or even 1-phase. But yeah, some of these dungeons, it's just become like way more impossible to solo them on ultimatum mode. Like, and to be frank, I'm not surprised at that. Like, yeah, not contest mode stuff usually isn't meant to be soloed. It's usually meant to be done by the full team working together and communicating, obviously. But I don't know. I just don't like. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, on to the second topic, since we're on the second encounter. Since we're on technically the second encounter, because the opening encounter does have a chest on any higher difficulty than this. But yeah, as anyone that probably follows Destiny knows, and Bungie and all that stuff knows, Bungie did a oopsie and didn't communicate in the slightest that every dungeon would be 3 weeks long. Like, every dungeon. Like, you'd be in the dungeon for 3 weeks. I need shotgun kills. I need grenade kills. Like, they did a oopsie and didn't fully communicate that, like, oh yeah, you're gonna be doing the same dungeon for 3 weeks. By the way, I hope you're fine with that. I hope you didn't have plans to do any other dungeons, because that's how it's gonna work. And it's just like, yeah, the community obviously was pissed off. I don't think I've ever seen, at least, I don't want to say that, so I'm not going to, but yeah, even the content creators were like, yes, even I was mad. That's why I'm scrapping the old video that I had on it. Like, I should have uploaded that like yesterday if I wanted to actually catch a hold of the train, but like I didn't, because I was just yesterday I was just fed up, because I had gotten off at like 8 a.m. when I usually get off at like something like 11. Honestly, hopefully that gets some kills. Thank God. Okay, just auto rifle kills now. Yeah, but yeah, realistically, I'm not surprised that people were mad about that. Like, it was just poorly communicated by Bungie. That like, yeah, no one knew that was going to happen. Finding out on the date, honestly, finding out on the week of when they thought it was gonna work like how it usually works, is just a huge kick. Like, yeah, they're making up for it now in terms of like messaging, which we'll get to in a second, but it's just like, you can't, I don't think, like, I don't know who thought that that was a good idea to do that, honestly. At Bungie, nonetheless. Like, honestly, I'm gonna talk my shit for a little bit, but, like, you had the goodwill of the community releasing this. You had, like, the full backing of the goodwill of the community when you did this, and then it's just like, you went back on it. Like, you went back on it and were like, nah, actually, we're gonna kind of ruin that. Like, in a week. They can't let anything good last longer than a week, man. Like, everyone was excited for it to happen and shit, and then it's just like, nah, we're gonna ruin it within the week, honestly. And it's just like, it's just so sad to see. I'll get to that in a second, but it's just so sad to see. Like, nothing, like, yeah, they obviously can have good things last, but it's just like, I don't know. That just felt shitty. It just felt really, really shitty. Yeah, you can only get them single perk. I'm 90% sure you can get the single perk. I haven't seen a single double perk weapon drop from here. I've seen shinies drop, but I haven't seen anything besides that. Okay, anyways, yeah, we're gonna get started here. This is the loadout that I use, at least on Hunter, for this. Take a second, look through, screenshot. Obviously, you could do better with this, honestly. Obviously, you could more than likely do better with that, but I have a second loadout that's just that. It's basically the same thing. Take your time, screenshot it, do whatever you need to do. This is the loadout that I at least personally use for 2 to 3 phases on at least this boss. But yeah. Regardless, I just don't like it. I just wish they did. Yeah. Lots of fire, let's fucking go. They still haven't fixed that. Ooh. Okay. But it's just like, yeah, I just don't understand. I just don't understand how that was how they thought that would be a good thing. How people would be happy with. Like, they should have communicated it a lot better. Because maybe if it was communicated more, that people wouldn't be too terribly upset over it. But obviously, since it wasn't communicated, people are going to be mad. Like, I don't know what else you expected. People are just going to genuinely be mad at that. Like, even I was mad yesterday. Like, I was mad to the point where I just after 8, because I usually go until 11, because my sleep schedule's kind of fucked up right now. Which is why you don't see these. Which is why if I ever premiere something and I'm not up for it, I'm more than likely sleeping. And why these videos are recorded so late at night, usually. But it's just like, yeah, it's just fucked up. I don't know how they thought people were gonna react to that other than just anger. I mean, if it was communicated better, maybe. I mean, people would still be mad, clearly. But it's just like, it wouldn't be as bad of a reaction if we knew that's how it was going to work. But, yeah, now that we know how it's gonna work, we're a lot better with it. Well, not a lot better. People are still pissed. So that's why we're moving on to the next subject, which is what Bungie's doing about it today. This was literally today. This was literally a couple hours ago. As I'm recording this, this was literally a couple hours ago. As I'm recording this, but yeah, let's get into it in a second when I can when I actually have a second, when I'm not getting flinched out of my fucking mind, to talk about it. Yeah, and I just do the loadout switch, which, yeah, just on this mode you can do that. On this mode and then higher difficulty you can do that. Just not swap being on. It's just not swap being on. I have my own opinions on that, but I'm just gonna save everyone like a video and say it's just extremely. Like I said, like I originally predicted, it's just extremely annoying. I've not done it on Ultimatum since last week, but I'm assuming it's probably extremely annoying, and it's just not at all challenging. It's just an annoyance. But anyways, yeah, we're gonna talk about what Bungie's doing about that in a second after this damage ends. Yeah, that's a solid 2 phase. Hopefully, as long as I don't mess anything up or like even messing up the reload on this. Like, even messing up on your reload causes it to be a three phase. Like, that's how tight it is. Like, that's how aggressively, like, short that last bit is. Like, if you mess up once on a reload, it's just a 3 phase. Like, because I've had that happen. I've messed up on a reload once and it was just a 3 phase. Like, you barely had any health, too. That's why I am trying to look for better 3 phase capability things. I'm ignoring that other Discord ping. I just saw it appear. I'm ignoring that other one. I don't know what it is, but I'm assuming it's a server. I know what the first one is. I'll have to check on that later after I finish recording now. But regardless, yeah. So, yeah, I get distracted easily, if you can't tell. I don't know if it's a problem or not, so I don't know. But anyways, yeah, what they're doing about it this week is, as according to this tweet, our planned Rite of the 9 dungeon calendar will be changing. Each dungeon will be featured for 2 weeks opposed to 3, which, yeah, is a W, because I don't think anyone wants Spire for 3 weeks. I'm gonna be honest, not even. I love this dungeon personally. It was the first dungeon I solo flawless, but it's just like, yeah, I don't. It was the first dungeon I actually full. I think it's the first dungeon I completed solo. It was either this one or Prophecy. I'm not sure, but it was one of the dungeons that I almost forgot. Do not kill that Minotaur. If you're doing this, do not do that same mistake I was about to make. Do not kill that Minotaur. You will regret it. Do not kill that Minotaur. I need to get headshot. I need to get crit shots here. Fuck. Okay, I don't need a crit shot for that last one. What did I say? I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, sorry, I have to divide my attention because it's just like I gotta focus on getting the damage and I gotta focus on doing damage, and I gotta focus on trying to get the news out. Prismatic does give a boost, does give a buff, so use it whenever you can. Obviously the only reason I didn't use it last time is because, like, he was already there at that point. There was kind of no point to use it, but because he was already there, but you know, dead. Yep, 2 phase. 3, honestly. Yeah. Oh, that's the Tomb of Wall expired. Triple tap target lock, which isn't what I'm after. So, yeah, but okay. Anyways, yeah, I can focus on this for a little longer. Anyways, I'm going to my loadout for the final boss, which is this, which isn't the best loadout for the final boss. No exotic, 2 no nothing. 1 no exotic, 2 just not reliable damage. I'm gonna be honest. Like, As much as I would like to say it's reliable damage, that's the reason it takes me 20 minutes to beat the final boss. That's why I say the final boss isn't. If you want to farm it efficiently, I'd say the final boss isn't really reliable. It really isn't one that you want to do, or should do. But like, it's 300 per 40 minutes, so it's not entirely bad when you have time to waste like I do. Obviously, that means you'll probably be getting less runs overall done. Well, that means you'll probably be doing less overall, but it's probably for the better of getting 300 a run, a full clear. It's about 300. With all the bounties combined, it's like over 300. Because it's 60. You get 60 for each encounter completion, and you get 25 at the end. Which is actually a decent bit over 300, actually, I believe. Or at least somewhere around in that ballpark of 300. Or 200, I'm not sure. But with all the bounties, it makes it out to be 300 pretty much. Anyways, regardless, so yeah. So it's roughly 300, to give or take if you complete all the bounties and such. But yeah, it's about 300 per run, which isn't bad. But yeah, it could be better. But this is what I'm doing as like a solo player to fill my time, because I don't really have anyone else that really has been playing all too often this week because of the changes, which, yeah, I'm not surprised. But these okay, yeah, sorry. Now I'm gonna talk about the changes. Now that I'm kind of don't have to focus as hard. But yeah, as I was saying earlier, the dungeons will all be going down from their original planned time of being featured for 3 weeks and to 2 weeks now, which I don't think anyone wanted Spire for 3 weeks. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think anyone wanted Prophecy for 3 weeks, except for the PvP players. Like, yeah, PvP players have a lot of good things to look forward to in Prophecy. I just had the one gun that I'm looking forward to in Prophecy, and that is, I don't have it on me actually. But it's Judgment, the hand cannon, obviously. Obviously, I'm looking for a shiny hollow foil variant of it with timed payload and headstone, which I might end up regretting. I might end up losing my sanity all over again over it, and we might have another rant video coming out about RNG and drop rates. But thankfully, and I pray to the gods above. Hold up, sorry, I gotta focus for this a bit, but I pray to the RNG gods above that what I'm gonna talk about next changes it. Alongside the above Gust of Deep will obviously take place next Tuesday, May 20th, followed by Prophecy on June 3rd. And alongside the above changes, the second week of a given dungeon will also feature increased weapon drops, where rewards can drop from any enemy defeated during your dungeon playthrough. Hollow foils are included in this as well. I'm not sure. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not sure how I feel about that second part. Like, no. Don't get me wrong. It's good. No, don't get me wrong. It's completely good, but it's just like, it makes me feel weird. Like, not in the terms of like, oh, weapons should be exclusive or anything. No, I don't care. Like, I feel like anyone that wants the weapons and that spends their time trying to farm them, no matter how they try and farm them, deserves the weapon. Deserves to get at least some of the weapons that they're looking for. Like, it's a good change, but it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if I can believe that. I don't know. It feels almost too good to believe. It feels too good to be true in a way. Like, you get those feelings like how this Dungeon Pantheon kind of was. Like, it feels too good to be true almost. Like, not saying that it's a bad thing, obviously, but it's just like, it almost feels too good to be true. In a way of speaking, I guess. And then for this week, they're rapidly working on an update that'll turn on increased weapon drops for this dungeon until Ghost comes next week. We'll let you know when that's deployed, which I'm hoping and praying it's tomorrow, because I kind of want to farm out tomorrow. And then starting on June 17th, All Red of the 9 dungeons will be available to play at any time on any difficulty, and increased currency drops will be active for all 3 dungeons. Each week, a featured dungeon will have increased weapon drops. This will begin with Spire the Watch on June 17th, followed by Gust of Deep on June 24th, and ending with Prophecy on July 1st. On July 8th, a Ludapalooza will begin, where all 3 dungeons will have will have reward bonuses enabled for the final week of episode Heresy, alongside a new way to spend your Nonary Manifold currency. We hope this all gives all Guardians the time to hunt for holofoils and adepts as they prepare for Edge of Fate launch on July 17th. That is a mouthful and also a very fucking good change. That's how it should have fucking worked from the beginning. I'm going to be honest. Because you know how I all feel. You all know how I feel about weapons at that point. You all know how I feel about weapons and all that stuff at this point. Exclusive weapons and all that junk, like, they should genuinely be a little, they shouldn't be the rarest thing. I want to be careful with what I say, because it's just like, they're rare for a reason, because they're really sought after. They're a unique version to the weapons, but it's just like, at the same time, it shouldn't feel impossible. It shouldn't feel impossible to get your desired role. Like, oh my god, I'm actually going to. Oh my god, how did I not die there? Jesus Christ, I should have died there. That's also another thing. This mode isn't really practiced. It's incredibly forgiving. Like, it's practiced for, like, babies, but, like, this mode is incredibly forgiving. I should have died there. I should have 110% been dead there, because that was stupid. That was 110% stupid. That would have been on me. If this was a solo flawless, I'd be running it back right now. I'd be pissed off and running it back right now, but I don't need to do my solo flawless, because I've already proven that I can do my solo flawless, so yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's a really good change. I actually applaud Bungie for that. Like, we'll see how it translates into in-game stuff. We'll see if it literally means, like, every enemy that is killed has a chance to drop a weapon. We'll see what that means later. But I applaud Bungie. It's a really good change, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's a really good change. It's a real, yeah, obviously they're trying to backtrack for shit like that. Yeah, they're trying to backtrack, which isn't a bad thing. Like, I don't know why people are seeing it as like this bad thing. Like, Bungie isn't capable of making mistakes and shouldn't, like, try and go back on them making mistakes. Like, obviously they should. Because I've seen the comments of this specific tweet. I've seen some comments of this specific tweet, and some people are mad over it. Like, I don't get it. Like, how do you get mad over something like that? Like, dude, it's loot. Like, you have a chance to get loot that you probably otherwise wouldn't have gotten, and it's just like that stinks to Bungie. Like, otherwise, you wouldn't have had a chance to get this loot otherwise. Like, everyone should be really thanking Bungie for this. Like, honestly. They fucked up, yeah. I will admit that they did fuck up, but it's just like, they're trying to go back on it. Like, props to Bungie. Props to Bungie for that. Like, I respect it. I genuinely respect it. I should have used it. That's a toss. Yeah, see, that's what I mean. It's an unreliable three-phase, because I don't even know how to do damage with this type of build. Maybe when I find out it more, when I learn it better, when I learn the rotations that I need to do better, maybe it'll be a more reliable two-phase. But right now, it is just absolute three-phase. It's a 3 to 4 phase, and thankfully it's merciful on me, because it's just like, Yeah, it's just like, oh no, every damage phase gets longer. Nah, don't worry, G, we got you. Which is incredibly forgiving, because it would be probably a 5 phase if I had to do damage like that. It'd probably be a 5 phase. Or maybe on a particularly lucky one, it'd be a 3 phase. But yeah, I like the change. I think it's a good thing that they're going back on this. Like, I agree, hollow foils / shiny weapons should obviously match their rarity, which is like, at the same time, they shouldn't be impossible to obtain. Like, they need to have a reasonable drop rate, but not be impossible, absolutely impossible for everyone to not be able to obtain. Like, cause yeah, obviously some people won't get them, obviously, because they just didn't sink enough time into the game, and yeah, that's just how it is. That's just life. But it's just like, people like me who sink like, who are able to sink like time into this game, like 12 hours or more, and going very often, sometimes without seeing even one. Cause there's a day I went 12 hours and I didn't even see one. I didn't see even one shiny weapon, which that would be a problem. Like, you shouldn't, like, because most casual people after like probably after that time of not seeing one would probably get off or just call it good. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, they'd probably call it good after 6 hours or 3 hours if they have a job or something. But it's just like, that's not particularly healthy for the game, because people are just gonna be like, nah, no adults this time. Why do I even play this game? Like, because that's how I was at one point. Like, I didn't have, because I was in school when this game I was in school sometimes, and I didn't have as much time to sink into it as I do now. And yeah, I'm still in school. I'm in college, but obviously I have a little more leniency with college work, that it's just a couple things of work a week that I just have to do, and it's not like 10,000 pieces of work that high school expects you to do. It's not the 10,000 pieces of work high schools expect you to do. Which, yeah. Oh, fuck. Bro, you need to back up. I'm gonna be honest, you need to back up, brother. Yeah, see? That's what I mean, it's a 3 phase. Yeah, I know I had heavy ammo around, but it's just like, I'm not gonna pick it up. I kind of prefer to have a dodge, that's why I kind of save these dodges. Also, anti-barrier items do not pierce those ones, so it's kind of sedge. But yeah, it's a 3 phase. As long as I don't fuck something up next phase, it's a 3 phase. I think that's the strategy I need to rely on. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. Just dodge. Do the dodge thing, wait for it, recon to proc, and then just dodge again. Wait for recon to proc, and then just do it again. Obviously, you can hide. Obviously, even in Ultimatum, you can hide it behind these and just have free, like, a free source of cover. But just like, yeah. Generally, this is a pretty W change for Bungie, I'm gonna be honest. Like, yeah, I'm happy with the way that they backtracked on it. We'll see what it actually translates into, because we all know my luck with getting weapons is incredibly dog shit. I have many rant videos on those topics specifically, so yeah, I have many rant videos on those topics specifically, and my feelings on how rare weapons should have been thoroughly explained in those videos. Honestly, for Ultimatum, I would honestly say maybe if you're Prismatic Hunter, maybe have the dodge, so you don't, maybe have like the Ascension dodge, so you can stand on top of your decoy, or have something like a double dodge thing if you're not gonna be focused on damage or Celestial. Is to have a double dodge one, have a double dodge exotic class item and just dodge, and then just dodge somewhere else and then dodge up here to have so you don't get interrupted by supplicants, because they probably hurt on any higher difficulty. They probably hurt a lot, which I'm not gonna put it past Bungie. They more than likely hurt a lot. I'm out. Later. Yeah, I don't know. You might have to, honestly, I would say maybe just get rid, on solo, maybe get rid of surges and replace the surges out for, honestly, I would say for solo runs, maybe get rid of surges and I would say for solo runs, maybe get rid of surges. Maybe get rid of surges that you might have. Did I miss that one? You gotta be kidding me. Oh my god, he ducked under it. Fuck me. Because they take so much longer to go back immune. Well, this guy does at least. Prophecy. Actually, maybe he doesn't. Maybe it takes the same amount of time. I'm not actually really sure. Now that's convenient, ain't it? At least I've seen something else than Recon. This one isn't bad, but it's just like I'm gonna keep it because I'm actually after Recon and Rolling Storm. Precision Instrument and Eddy Current for me are at least are dead slots. But yeah, see, they can drop from this game mode. They can. It's just a lot more rare for them to drop. I'll probably update that later. Probably don't need to see other stuff on my Steam thing, but I'll update that later. But yeah. And on average, this run was 42 minutes, which isn't bad. Isn't bad by any means. I'm actually gonna send this one to the vault. Yeah, I'm looking for something like Dragonfly Killing Tally with, because I know it can get ricochet rounds, and I'm looking for ricochet rounds just on a God Rolled one, just to be funny, honestly. But yeah, genuinely, I think all of these changes are a W a personal W for Bungie. Like, everyone may not agree with me, obviously. This is the internet and this is real life. People probably won't agree with this, but I feel like these changes are a genuine win. Well, at least this video is gonna be like 40 minutes for you guys because I don't have another video planned, actually. I don't have another rant. I had a rant video planned. I'm not gonna do it anymore. I think my rage has subsided. We'll see if that changes between, like, I might make it regardless. I might go record it after this one. Because I kind of want to see how, if I will actually be genuinely taken off guard by this. But yeah, regardless, I will see you guys next time. for probably the, honestly, I'm gonna say probably the rant video. I'll probably make it in just preparation for if these changes don't go over well. I'll probably make it and upload it anyways, regardless, because it's still a decently important video that I probably should make, but I'm not sure if I will actually do it, because I'm gonna upload this one like, no, this like, you're gonna see everything in this video, no editing, no nothing. This is just going up raw, because to be honest, one, not many people really watch videos with the like, a lot of people have watched the videos with the incredibly, like, the edits that I have done, but at that same time, not a lot of people have. But yeah, regardless, I'll see you guys next time. Remember to always stay awesome, stay frosty, and stay safe out there. I've been Glaceon Gamer, and this has been your guide to your half guide to loot in this Rite of the Nine activity, and this has been my first Rite of the Nine video. And this has been a little update on the Destiny 2 community and how I feel about these changes. Changes, honestly. We'll have to see how they actually translate into actual gameplay, and how fast they can get, and how fast that Bungie can get this specific, how fast Bungie can get Spire to be on the same level. But Spire has another week of obviously being featured, so it will still have its 3 weeks just later on. But yeah, changes. Changes all around. Okay, sorry, one last thing. So I will have to edit this video because I actually forgot about this. Ugh, god damn it. But yeah, one last thing. 302, and I don't even think I had over 100 before I started, but 302 isn't bad. And with all these bounties, obviously you won't have the daily ones, so you have to take out those. But it'll more than likely just be those bounties, which are 15 each, which still isn't bad, but 517 from that one run, around 500. I might have had 100, which means it was about 200 per run, but even then, 200 a run compared to 200 a run isn't bad, but for a solo at least, that just doesn't have anything better to do. But like, yeah, you can still get shinies from it. It's just like you won't get a depths or a double plate solo weapon, so more than likely you won't be able to keep a decent bit of your drops. But well, for someone like me who only really sees the double perked weapons as like 2 chances to get your god rolls, and that I'm in the fact that I'm only wanting the double perks because the 2 god rolls that you could possibly get together. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gone now. I'll see you guys next time.